Right, before we start, Alan Wake.
You know, baby, I know you think we can make it all work out,
But I gotta tell it like it
but I gotta
is.
tell it like it is. And I don't wanna make this any harder than it needs to be,
So don't
so
cry.
don't cry. Baby, it'll be okay. Don't wanna see you cry, darling. No way.
Know what you'll reply. And I guess that I don't love you anymore. But I'm sorry. But it just ain't working out. Alright, that's it. Let's start this shit. Alan Wake. And look, oh shit. Look, I got the game right here. Next game after Alan Wake. Gotta have a blast on this. Last time on Alan Wake. And
Previously
continue.
on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my
I'm
best
probably gonna
friend,
get
and I'm
copyrighted
worried
for
that you're
that
not
for
writing
that
ahead.
The
intro.
ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's
Fuck
coming
it.
true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I
Is
was
she
digging
lying, dude? It's a trap.
Yeah.
It's
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
Nightingale?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over,
Nightingale.
Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Nightingale.
Help you folks?
Hold up, hold up. Nightingale? What is that? Why does that seem familiar? At Nightingale. Nightingale. I don't think I'm supposed to know, but why does it sound so familiar? At least I don't know.
Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this.
You keep on
most of
walking,
the
bro.
stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make
Thomas
him out to be a
Zane.
famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches.
Oh, what a
Couldn't
coincidence.
find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
I don't know if this is related, but how is it that both of us are writers and we both dived into the, or at least we dived into the lake in an attempt to save Alice? That may be a reach. That may just be.
Better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a
Hold
week
on,
earlier.
wait, hold on.
They were lovers.
They were
Sure,
lovers.
Jagger's a local spook store.
That has the same energy as
Before you in the dark.
they were roommates.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
Crazy bag lady.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Uh-huh.
Me.
I was like, there's gonna be parts where I'm gonna be dragging the scene too long, just looking for nothing sometimes.
Well,
'Cause
mister,
it just
this
ain't
here's
gonna
Rose's
work
trailer.
out.
You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Am I sensing a little bit of White Knight or simping? Yes, simp. Oh my god, the zombie.
Welcome to
Oh my god. She like this, she like this. Welcome to. Like, bro.
Oh dear.
Oh
Mr.
dear.
Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please come in.
Damn.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes.
my manuscript.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave the
really
cam.
need-
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's...
Poisoned. We were fucking poisoned.
Barry! What?
Oh my god.
Wha-
You snake. Good night, Alan Wake.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife.
I didn't ask you to, though.
Finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on.
So does that mean right now we're zombies? Jesus.
Back to work, boy.
See, dude, this is why I was excited to come back.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Conniving us, dude. Wow. She writes... What's that one song? She writes sins. No, that's a bad...
Rose took a day from me.
That's a bad example. She writes tragedies, not happy endings.
I had less
basically.
than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Hold on. I'm tired of not knowing what these do. Coffee, thermos, Alan Wake. So they're just collectibles? They're
Barry
collectibles
was
just
out
like
of
the
it.
manuscripts.
He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money.
Well, Barry, you're on your own.
So handsome.
Have fun with Rose.
My gun and flashlight
Oh,
were
look,
gone.
look, look.
I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, The writer and his smart-ass sidekick looked like trouble, and they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Wait, what? Mr. Randolph. Dude, I am drawing blanks on these characters' names. Because every single thing I'm trying to remember gets overwritten by something else. Okay, Randolph was literally the guy that we just saw. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. See, I smelled white knighting, dude. He was simping hard. Mr. Randolph liked Rose, that little smile she had, how she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter it wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer, but those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick. The writer and his smart-ass sidekick looked like trouble, and they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called. Oh, so he simped so hard, he got jealous of the fact that we were in her trailer for longer than he liked, and he called the sheriff's station on us. Bruh. Come on, dude. See, there has to be a manuscript over here now. Right? Damn, why is this so dark? Okay, I guess not. Luckily, we can just jump over this, right? Nope. Alright. The radio.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know? I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny. You know Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, you know, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, you know, Danny's my best friend, and,
Get to the point, Danny. I mean, not Danny. Get to the point, Walt.
And now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. You know, something's gonna happen. You know, I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
Damn, sensual ass song. At least the beat is. Okay. Yeah, damn, Trey. You know what? I'm just gonna take quick glances. If I don't see anything white and shiny.
Oh, you're gonna get it now.
Shut up.
God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane!
Shit, bro?
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on.
time. Take it easy on it. Get after him. Don't let him get away. Move it, move it, move it. I'll have your shot if you let him get away.
You think I can stop me from looking for the manuscripts, though? We're just gonna zigzag it. Oh shit. Golly, dude.
Stop running! We have the suspect in sight.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay, men. Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
Dude, oh my lord.
Down there.
Oh my god, dude, you almost hit my head.
God damn it! Where did he go? He slipped away. Keep an eye out.
Oh, I see one. I see one.
Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
Oh, we're definitely reading
For
that.
decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
He was saying we awoke what was slumbering. And it sensed us on the ferry, and then that's what he said, what did it say? Wrong one. And that's why it
For
said
decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin
it sensed the
slept
rider
fitfully
on
in
the
dark
ferry.
place that was its
I think that's why I said that. Okay, dude, you guys are being over dramatic, dude. Okay, never mind. I thought that was a cop. I was like, I think this is a bit dramatic for something you guys have no evidence of. Like, Jesus. And this all started because of a simp. Randolph the simp. Oh, they're shooting at something.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Damn, dude, what the hell is going on?
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Sheriff Breaker, this is Agent Nightingale. I've lost contact with most of the men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, this guy, he wears a tweed jacket. Over.
Who's the guy we're chasing? If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
Nightingale needs to be fired. He appears to have a habit. Nope.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What was that? What was that? What was that? Oh, they're getting chased away! Jesus, dude, that is wild. Is that the gas station right there? Coffee thermos. Use. Oh.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, Mulligan, what are you doing? Come on. Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Hold on, I need to put the brightness up. I don't know if it's supposed to look that dark, but... that didn't really help. We got a light. Well, we only need to get rid of one, right?
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over.
Let's see what they say. Are they gonna say anything?
Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over. Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Come in, please. Over.
Nope. Nothing. Your deputies or whatever are either dying or getting turned. Or both. Yeah, I figured. I figured. I got a quick hit on me before they disappeared.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10-15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna keep dodging, dude. I'm just gonna keep dodging. Oh shit. I didn't see him. The manuscript. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? Maybe not. He almost hit me. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. He mad. He mad. Oh, I dodged it, dude. Come on. You're telling me that light didn't... Brother. Shit. I think I was supposed to go on that. Oh my...
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Well, I just don't see why the cops bother with the trailer park.
Do this real quick. I think that's it.
Well...
Let the try to sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
Well, thank you very much for that, compassion.
Oh, it's him! Look, his radio station.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm gonna see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so
Oh,
glad
hell
you
yeah.
found the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, hell yeah. I think that...
You back away from me! Don't hurt it! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Why is... hold on, I need to... It's kinda, It's kinda,
I had fallen off so many
lagging
cliffs
a
it was
little bit.
ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have
Here,
to
hold
lose the
on.
cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Nightingale's a fucking psycho, dude. I don't even know how he got a job.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
So it's because she was conscious of what she was doing. She was screaming in terror because she was about a drug, I guess. Her favorite writer. Right? Yeah, whatever. And I got my revolver back. Alright. Oh, I see that. I see that. There's also a light right there.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Turn that one on.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
And then turn this one on. Go back for my Chigoni. Hey, no, you gonna get this, man. You gonna get this. That. I think that's it. Really, 25 isn't a lot. I'm gonna keep going. Mochi Mochi.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. It keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here.
It doesn't sound like Alice. It sounds like Alice, but doesn't.
Cooperate.
That doesn't sound
The
like.
connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow.
Exactly.
But she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again. Bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
We just hit the fucking mother load. People mother load without some fucking inconvenience, huh? It's like winning the lottery and then having everyone you didn't even know say, "Oh, I knew you, dude, I knew you." And everybody wants peace. Follow. Dang, dude, who breathing? Oh, shit. Nah, you ain't gonna get me with that.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Going out. Oh yeah.
Did you call me?
Oh my god, dude! Hold on, we ain't gonna turn that on yet. Hold up, hold up. Alright, now we can. Sit back and watch.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, A Family Occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
You think that's how they turn into shadows? Manuscript.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Bruh, how did that hurt? Longer close, let them longer close. oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I was trying to juke it. I was trying to like barely get in its way and then back out. I keep pressing X. Alright. There you go. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Let me see what this does. Thermos.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
It's not still.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
I'm looking around for manuscripts. Has to be something in here, right? I'm so glad we're not gonna get attacked right now.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order, either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. And I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
That is kind of true that he did kind of put a spotlight on us by saying, "Oh, the famous writer's here." And I was like, "Where else are they gonna look?" You know, oh, the radio tower. Man, you really gotta press this button for this thing to go. I'm just kidding. They're gonna make us. Well, they're not. It's not like they're making us, but we feel the need, or I feel the need, to look at all of these.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even?
Yeah.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
His eyes flash before, or he saw his life flash before his eyes. And it made him think about love. You were drilled.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Y'all see what I see? Hold on. Before we forget.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
While there were some earlier residents in that area, the true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the Bright Falls coal mine. In 1878, although the work was hard and dangerous, I just fucked that up. The true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of Bright Falls Coal Mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes, among others, worked the mines. In 1970, volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks. Wait, can we read this one over here? While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous. Cutscene.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive.
I like that little time lapse for showing it.
I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
What a liar. I guess now we gotta go find him.
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Forgot how I got in here. What the hell?
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Well, how do I get out? There you go. Thermos. Flare and a battery. And the light. Oh, never mind. Dang, we're missing 3 of them.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
That better blow up? Yeah. You're about to get blown. You're about to get blown. Nice. I tried dodging that. I tried. Watch, look, this is how you do it, look. Alright, I'm outie. I'm outie. I'm outie. I'm outie. How do I get outie? Oh, we're really gonna go in there? Yeah, yeah. I think that's it.
What the hell? The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Fuck. Easy. Easy when you got a car. Imagine it being on a timer. On delay, bro. Damn. Is that it? Is that it? I'm putting this right here, so golly! Man, I wish you could make it in here too, but look, if I make it dark, bam, you guys can't even see me. Let me see. Hold on. What if I shine it upwards? Like that. Can y'all still see me? I mean, I think that's right. I'm gonna roll with it. It really sets the mood in here. Shine the light, shine the light. Oh, this is a flare. Okay, y'all really wanna fuck with me, huh? Yeah, take that. Reload everything. Hopefully I didn't miss a manuscript down there, for real. Hold on, let me go check. Oh shit. Watch. Guess what I'm gonna do. I didn't mean to do that. Well, that was anticlimactic. But I mean, it worked out, I guess. Trust no one in the dark. Follow.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
See? And that was kind of what I was thinking, what was going on. I was like, what if the darkness controlled Alan Wake to write this manuscript, but then Alan Wake started releasing pages telling him what was going to happen in an attempt to help her and Alan Wake, but then at the same time that doesn't really make sense to me, because how are we helping our current self when our current self, unless this is like unless this right here itself is the writing. I don't know. No, I don't know. Dude, anything huge that looks like it's falling on you is immediately a fucking fright. That's like, isn't this like a megaphobia, right? Megaphobia?
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
I'm telling you, dude, we're Alan Wake is writing stuff into the plot to help you out, dude. He was the white light at the beginning of the game. He even said, "Oh, I have to go. I'll give you back your dream." But that didn't mean that he wasn't gonna like leave stuff, you know, to aid him. Like, I don't know. You're really pissing me off. Jesus.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. "Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent."
Who the hell is Raymond Chandler? Raymond Chandler. Authored names used by antagonistic FBI agent Nightingale to taunt and insult the protagonist. Hurry up. Just hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Watch. Watch this. Look, look. I'm gonna jump. Right. Shoot! Okay, on that one I'm out of panic. Jump. Okay. And then, there you go, there you go. Pick up. Now let's get out of here. Look at this, look, look! I fucking hate that, dude. Shotgun ammo.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Shit, I'll take the pump action. I'll take pump action. See, but which way is the right way? Or I should say, which way is the wrong way? Oh my god, dude. Do I dare leave this light, this shining beacon of hope and health?
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
Boss fight. Boss fight.
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
That's the same power, what was her name? from control used. Telekinesis.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
No, dude, fucking... Bruh, are you serious? That's gonna fall. Right? No? Right. Great Peak Gorge. Originally founded in 1928, the Great Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements the Bright Falls Mining Company built for its workers. The nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers the miners face on a daily basis. Most of them who lost their lives over the years here were buried there. A grim reminder to be careful for those who remained. Great Peak Gorge was abandoned almost overnight when the Bright Falls Mining Company closed its doors in 1970. Or it all ties back to that 1970 thing. I feel like I'm just talking out my ass right now. And you thought. Come on. Jesus. Um, I love when I find the key before I find the door. Damn, this looks kind of cozy, not gonna lie.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself. his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
That's who that Zane dude was, who I looked up right now, right? No, that was Raymond Chandler. Never mind. No. I think I like, actually, hold on, let me see. Yeah, no.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Are we gonna get, no? Well, let's give him what he wants.
Birds.
All right. Oh my God. She's dead. She's dead. Alan, she's not here no more, dude. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. Damn, now I need to see which way was the wrong way.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Okay, so this might be the right way then, since it triggered that little animation. So let me try going this way then. See, then what the fuck? Which way's the wrong way? Okay, see, look, if I come up this way. Okay, see, that has a bunch of ammo. I think that's the right way. I don't know, dude.
Alice?
See.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
Well, good thing I came down here.
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
I guess let's go back now.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
God, it's the volcano. It's erupting again. And that just happened to be right there. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Alright, you ready? You ready? How you like that? I like that.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on.
Golly.
Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Man, I think this episode feels the longest so far. Right there. I think it is this way. Pretty sure it's this way. There's no ladder right here. So we might have to lift it up from down here. Sometimes Alan Wake does not respond to these button presses. Yeah. And there you go.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Mulnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby." Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
Gotta get knocked off. Actually, just plot-wise, we're gonna make it. It's gonna give us a fright, but we're gonna make it. I gotta keep looking, I gotta keep looking. Good thing I slipped up my flares. Well, at least we didn't get... At least we didn't get fucked up. I really got no ammo. Damn!
Shit.
Where the fuck did that even come from? The whole game could have been over right now. This is the way to hit him. The eighth, fuck, sound like I'm lisping. The eighth deepest lake in the world, Cauldron Lake, is a caldera lake formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could be considered to be active, but it was not but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970, and even then the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local hotels. It's a popular recreational area for the area residents. That's the darkness. I saw that manuscript. I saw that manuscript.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Proof. You know I'm not insane. No, we're not insane. And give it a little kick. Yep. Now it's a push. The fuck is this? I'm coming for you. Oh, right here. I miss you, Tom. Tom. You talk to me on TV. I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Tom. I curse you, Thomas Zane. knew that was gonna happen, and I could have just went around. Would that have worked?
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
And there's that hotel, right?
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. Did what I would find.
Nah, they're pulling that shit from Control. Or rather, Control was pulling that same shit that they're doing right now. Where they're trying to make us seem like the crazy people. But it's actually the shadow people who are controlling the game, basically.
The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have a wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make...
Wait. He's already taken. He said too, like, "Oh, we were just saying that so we can get something." And so they didn't really actually. He didn't actually have Alice. So she was getting pulled down. I thought she just fell in there, but she wouldn't be yelling Alan if she just fell in there. Dang. The truth.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Yeah. Wait. I'm telling you, it's the shadows that are controlling this whole game. Not the game itself, but like what's going on. It's just like they didn't control.
Groggy.
Just like how they didn't control. They were trying to make what was her fucking name? Alice? I'm just gonna say her name was Alice. The chick from Control. They were trying to make it seem like she was going crazy or she was just crazy in La La Land or some shit like that. But I think that's what they're doing right here. They're trying to make him look bad like he's going insane. To us. And all of the other people are just being controlled. They're probably not being controlled, but they're falling into the script of the manuscript.
Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else, someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think, couldn't focus.
I'm calling it now. Since I took control, I'm calling it now. How much you want to bet that typewriter is an object of power? And oops. Let's do our outro summary. So let me zoom this in. Right there. Put it in the center. I think that's I right there. All right. So basically, let me get my chips again. So basically, summary. Oh, so episode 3. We headed to Rose's trailer because she claimed she had all of our manuscript or the whole entire manuscript. That was a lie. That was just so Barry and Alan could get there and potentially make us into shadows. I don't know. But for something, it was a trap. And then that simp, that white knight dude, called the sheriffs on us. Who, one of them happened to be an FBI agent called Nightingale. Um, that dude was a psycho. He shot at us before we could even explain, or before he even knew what the hell was happening. Alan ran. We went through the forest while getting cause, or actually, we went through the forest to get to the mines. And once we got to the mine, we waited for the kidnapper to get there with Alice, but then he's like, change the plan. And then we headed up to the, what was it called? Heart's Peak? I don't know. Something Peak, or wherever he was right there. He was a liar too. He didn't actually have Alice. Honestly, he might have already been possessed by the shadow just by the little misty shadowness coming off of him when he was right there. He got dragged away by that old lady. Mm, what else? I'm pretty sure I'm missing stuff in between all that, but oh, and then there was a couple, a previous author who was staying at Cauldron Lake, who was in a relationship, just like Alan Wake. He's a writer. He was in a relationship. He was he was in that disaster of the volcanic eruption at Cauldron Lake, and I think they died. I think obviously. So, what else? Everything started. Oh, we got pulled in by the shadow, by that lady shadow. I don't know if she's actually the main villain or if she also is getting controlled by the main evilness or whatever. But we got sucked in. We turned on the flare in hopes of not getting sucked in. Hartman, Emil Hartman. We got pulled out by in the water by him. And considering he was there, I'm kind of I'm kind of feeling like he's also a shadow because why would he be there? You know, I don't know. And how would he know he was there if he wasn't? How did he know to look there? And then he said something about you're a patient of mine. You have been for a while. And that's whenever I was like, they're trying to make Alan Wake look like he's actually a psycho and all of this isn't actually real. Just like they almost kind of did in Control. They were trying to make her out to look like she was crazy, but she wasn't. It was the hiss or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might have just fucked that whole story up. Hope you guys enjoyed the part 3, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.